Its fur seal appearance catches intruders off guard. It's cute, but its shot speed is high, so watch out. Wall Blaster 2. It's waterproof, so it's able to adapt to any environment. It fires in 3 directions at once. SRU-21/P. A guard mecha for water areas. It explodes upon detecting intruders. Destroy it before it reaches the water's surface. SW-525, a skull walker with an explosive device. Be careful not to overlook it. Kurlinger, a surprise attack mecha that can adapt to any environment. The sound it makes when it rebounds off a wall is kind of nice, no? Count Bomb, a time bomb originally used at construction sites. There are many instances of a skull walker airing and causing them to explode. Canton Bion, a heavy bombing mecha. Though used for transport, it often ends up dropping its cargo. Dodge the bomb it drops by sliding. Gabyo, a bargain version of the security robot Big Fish. It will suddenly jump up from underneath you, so try to remember where it emerges from. Gamarn and Gamadayu. Gamarn was originally a robot tank. It's now piloted by Gamadayu. Though they come as a pair, they attack at different times, making their strikes easy to dodge. Canopeller. Why not make a flying cannon? That was the inspiration behind this. It makes for great aerial target practice with your jet. Cannon Joe. A member of the Joe series made to control a cannon. Beat it before it can even fire back. Gorilla Tank. The design of this robot was inspired by a movie Dr. Wily once saw. Its weak point is its face, and if you hit it anywhere else, your shots will push it back. Colton. Before its current position, this robot was an extra in robot westerns. It wasn't even the lead character, so it must be weak, right? Cyber Gabiol. Modified to move around using jet engines, there are some enemies that can't be beaten with ordinary attacks. Submarine Flyer. Made as a submarine that flies through the air. It's quite slow when flying around, so feel free to ignore it. Shield Attacker GTR. An improved version of Shield Attacker. Attacks from the front are useless, so maybe it'd be best to jump over or slide under it. Jet Bouton. An improved version of Healy Bouton. It's capable of high-speed air travel. It can only fly in a straight line, so it's easy to defeat. Shigaraki, a mecha made to guard Dr. Wily's house. Maybe its cuteness is to put you off guard. The balls it attacks with can be destroyed, so it's not that threatening. Skullwalker, a reconnaissance mecha for any environment. It has a spider motif. Its jump power isn't as impressive as you might think. Squidone, a mecha made to attack intruders on the sea floor. Its guided missiles are a nuisance, so take it down quickly with a weapon that plays on its weakness. Spring Face Bomb. The spring in its body makes a semi-perpetual motion machine. The head will explode when it hits the ground, so watch out. Tatibo, an improved version of Tatipakan. Much like with Tatipakan, the charge shot is the best way to take it down. Tadahu, a cannon that's adaptable to any environment. It's made from used scraps of other cannons, with a weak frame. It's not a tough enemy. Dakone Limited Ed, a mass-produced version of Dakone. This low-cost version is far less sturdy than it appears. Choker O. It's equipped with heat sensors and will counter-attack when it detects heat energy. Watch out for its jump attack. Twin Rotor, a mecha modified from its original mono rotor. It's quick and will try to slam into you, so attack it with a charge shot. Tech. Modified from a ceiling walker mecha and given attack capabilities. It walks across the ceiling, so the best strategy is to beat it with a special weapon. The Tabatan, a forest patrol robot. It works well alongside Hilibuton. It tends to hide in the tall grass, so observe carefully and attack. Power Slam, a robot made from whatever parts were on hand. It moves quickly and its attacks are strong. Beat it quickly with a weapon that plays on its weakness. Pandita, modified from a panda robot used at a circus. The boosters on its back are meant to allow it to fly, but no one's ever seen that happen. Pete, a bird-like mecha made by Dr. Wily when he was inspired by Beat. Put a lid on stinky things. Well, put a lid on Pete, that is to say. Fire Telly, a mecha modified from Telly. The fire it drops isn't dangerous in itself, but it's game over if it ignites a sea of fire under you. Fireboy, modified from a stolen garbage incinerating robot, it can turn an oil puddle into a sea of flames, so watch out. Pooker, modified from an antique pump, try surprising it with a charge shot. Sometimes you can jump on it and take it for a ride. Brown, a mecha based on a toy that was popular a while back. Shooting the barrel will expose the head. That's your chance. Brain Break. This robot possesses high intelligence, but attacking it will cause it to rampage. Its rampage is quite dangerous, so get some distance and fire again. Propeller Eye, an improved version of Puckapelli. It now flies around with a propeller. Its flight speed is low, but it can only be damaged when its camera is exposed. Pelicanu. Dr. Wily originally made this mecha to carry food, but its tendency to drop its cargo made him modify it for attacking. Hilibuton. Although it was originally made by Dr. Light, Dr. Wily modified it. It moves quite slowly, so it's really not that dangerous an enemy. Ben K. Played a gate guard in robot period dramas. It can't move, but its spear can block all incoming attacks. Hutchkissen. Dr. Wily designed this mecha after recalling a time when he accidentally stapled his own finger. Attack it with a jump shot. Metal Poton. Developed in order to produce a large quantity of metals. No reason not to harvest the items from the metals it drops. Moliere. An engineering robot made to build secret facilities. It's quite sturdy, so be sure to attack with a charge shot. Yafu, a mecha made to produce strong winds while shooting robot movies. You're in trouble unless you pay attention to which direction its arrow is facing. Rounder 2, a modified version of Rounder. It follows the path of its rails, so try to read where it will go, then attack. Power Piston. It can cause earthquakes with its piston. Fight at the edge of the screen and dodge the rocks that fall from above. Metongur Z, a robot tank controlled by a metal. Its bouncing bullets are hard to dodge. It's the ultimate metal foe. X Crusher, a giant orb mecha controlled by Mr. X. Apparently Mr. X likes to use it to get around in everyday life. Mechasaurus. Dr. Wily based its design on an enemy in a video game he played as a child. Rather than using the weapon that plays on its weakness, perhaps a different weapon would be best. Tank CS2 reacts to Megaman's energy and attacks. You won't take any damage if you stand at the edge of the arena. Wily Machine 6, the largest yet of the Wily Machine series. Try to stay in the center of the screen, or else you'll be hit by its press attack. Wily Capsule, the capsule that emerges from Wily Machine 6. As usual, it warps around while attacking, but a number of your weapons should be effective against it. Catch that Dr. Wily. Blizzard Man, originally a monitoring robot of the South Pole. It was modified for combat. Dodge its charge attack by jumping near the center of the arena. Wind Man, a wind-controlling robot with abilities similar to those of Airman. Get away from his propeller attacks and dodge with straight vertical jumps. Plant Man, once a mascot for a botanical garden. He doesn't have many ways of attacking, so he should be easy to beat. Flameman, an old-fashioned robot that generates heat energy. If you try to dodge the flame pillars by watching for them, it will already be too late. Try to memorize the timing. Yamato Man. His light armor makes him especially mobile. He uses a spear to attack, but it's pretty dumb how he has to go retrieve it. Tomahawk Man. A robot developed for combat. His silver tomahawk's dead angle is covered with a jump attack, but you can slide under him when he does it. Knight Man. Designed with a medieval knight motif, his strong shield can block most attacks. Only the weapon that plays on his weakness can pierce it. Centaur Man. A robot based on the mythical creature. Try to fight him from the center of the arena as much as possible. If you should stand to the sides, you'll be hit by his spread shot.